I'm one of the radical advocates who comes before you today. I've been coming here for 12 or 13 years, haven't I, Robin, ever since we started the advisory boards back up, and sometimes it feels like Groundhog Day to me when I come to these meetings. But there are certain things that are changing. And I do thank the board for allowing us all to come here and speak to you today. I speak on behalf of the Radical Cloud Foundation, Front Range Equine Rescue, the Equine Awareness Alliance, the Colorado Wild Horse and Burro Coalition, and our thousands of supporters here in the United States and around the world. It's been what, nearly 9 months, I think, or perhaps more than 9 months since we've had an advisory board meeting. I think your chapter statutes, or whatever they're called, I think mandate 2 meetings a year. I'm not sure if that's something that I would recommend, that we try to have more meetings in which the public can come and express our opinions. So that's a recommendation I would make to the board. I do hope to meet Paul and Kim and let you know how radical and weird we are. Since the removal of Cloud's family and herd mates, and he's a wild stallion who I've documented from birth. He's going to be 16 years old, May 29th. I know all of you will wish him a happy birthday. He lives wild in the Pryor Mountains, but much of his family and herd were removed in September 2009. Since that time, the public has grown more informed, more involved, and more frustrated over the callous and unnecessary removals of these animals from their homes all over the West. And this is why we are here, many of us, collectively and unified in our message that we are delivering that stop the roundups now. Temporarily, at least, so that we can assess where we are, so we can all come to the table and make our recommendations and discuss how we move forward with this program. I would like to point out that I do agree with sustainable herds, but I would also point out that a genetically non-viable herd is not a sustainable herd. I would also like to point out that when the first census was made of wild horses and burros in the United States, after the passage of the Wild Horse and Burro Act in 1971, that first assessment said that there were 54,000 wild horses and burros on public lands. And there were over 5,000 burros alone. We believe that there's far fewer than that now, probably less than half that number.
1 minute.
1 minute, okay. We'd like to say that we too embrace fundamental change, but I do not believe that fundamental change is a word on a piece of paper. Fundamental change means action, and actions speak louder than hollow rhetoric. But it's never too late to do the right thing, in our opinion, and we think now is the time. We embrace true reform within the Bureau of Land Management, a new, transparent, and accountable wild horse and burro program that takes its lead from the sincere wishes of the vast majority of American citizens and taxpayers. A fair share of public lands grazing for wild horses and burros, and an immediate stop to these slipshod, unnecessary, costly, and unfortunately lethal roundups. Thanks very much.
Next up is Susan Rudnicki, and after Susan, it's Denise